Hey teachers, here's a quick overview of the Mathrageous process. You're going to assign standards and highlight resources for students to use. You'll copy the solutions book page and the opportunity/rubric page for each student. You'll introduce Mathrageous to students with part 1 of the student video, and you'll give out the assignments and provide support as needed. You'll collect assignments and grade according to the rubric. As you grade, you'll determine which opportunities are game-worthy, and you'll assign card numbers. When the grading is done, you'll copy and cut the opportunity cards. Then you'll copy and cut the solutions book. Finally, you'll print out reward cards for each game station. Now you're ready for game day. Students will watch part 2 of the student video for game instructions. Students play the game using their score sheets. At the end of the game, collect and grade scratch paper/score sheets as needed. Now, let's take a more detailed look at each step to ensure that you experience complete success with Mathrageous. Please note that there is a one-page teacher checklist provided to help keep you on track with the process. One of the key steps in getting quality game cards starts with assigning the standards or concepts to the students. Following the concept assignment guide, simply write down each of the critical concepts that you've taught during the current unit. For each concept, identify resources students should use as a guide in creating their opportunity card. The more guidance you provide here, the less questions you'll need to answer while students work on their problems, and the more productive your students will be. You can list problems from the book, notes and handouts, internet resources, and previous quizzes or tests that your students can refer to. Finally, decide how to assign the concepts to different students. A real simple method can be to number the concepts and then number the students off in the same manner. You'll want an even spread of the problem, so just make sure that you assign the concepts evenly among the students. Keep it simple and efficient for you. You may want to put students in groups. Just remember that the larger the group, the harder it will be for all students to stay involved. Also, consider the number of problems that you want to end up with. 25 to 35 problems will be a good number for playing the game, so you may not want each student to create their own problem because you'll end up with more opportunity cards than you want. Another consideration is whether you want students to do all of the work in class, or will they end up completing the assignment for homework. If it's going to end up as a homework assignment, then you may not want to have students work in groups. Each student will need a solutions book page and an opportunity card/rubric page. Encourage the students to create a rough draft before copying the problem onto the final forms. Their final copy needs to be neat and follow the critical items on the rubric. Introduce the assignment for Mathrageous to your student using part 1 from the student video. That's a great way to introduce the assignment, especially the first time you use Mathrageous with your students. Part 1 of the student video will introduce students to the game, the creation of the opportunity cards, and the rubric that will be used to grade the cards. You may have students complete their opportunity cards in class. If so, having a study guide or homework assignment ready is a great way to manage students that complete their opportunity cards early. You may elect to have students start their opportunity cards in class and complete the cards for homework. This gives students an opportunity to ask clarifying questions before they leave class. You will collect the opportunity card assignments and grade these with the rubric provided. Modify the rubric as needed to match your particular assignments and what you see as important for your class and your unit of study. As you grade each opportunity card, you'll decide which cards will be used in the game. Some cards may not live up to the standard for the game, and some cards you may elect to hold for use as warm-ups or other review activities. When you decide that a card will be used, then assign it a unit number/card number. In this example, we're on Unit 3, and this is the first problem to be included in the game. So we're labeling it 3-1 for Unit 3, Problem 1. The next problem will be 3-2, and then 3-3, and so on. Be sure to label the opportunity card and the solutions book card with the same number. After you've identified all of the opportunity cards to be included in the game, and you've assigned each a card number, you're ready to copy and shrink the game cards and the solutions book. This should be really simple. Just take the stack of full-page opportunity cards and set the copier to shrink 4 pages to 1 page as shown here. Copy the set of cards for as many copies as you'll have game stations, typically 7 or 8 game stations for a 30 student class size. By setting the copier to collated, you'll get a stack for each game station. You simply cut each collated copy. Order of the individual cards does not matter here. Rubber band each set for the game day. Copy and shrink the stack of solutions book pages based on the number of game stations you'll have. Just take the stack of solutions book pages and set the copier to shrink 2 pages to 1 page as shown here. Copying the set of solutions pages for as many copies as you'll have game stations. By setting the copier to collated, you'll get a stack for each game station. You will cut each collated stack in half and 3 hole punches desired. Now order does matter for the solutions book. The book should be arranged numerically. To save time, you may have the first class that plays the game arrange the solutions book pages in the proper order. Or order the pages correctly before copying. For example, if you have 30 cards, then place the solutions book pages in the following order: page 1, page 16, page 2, page 17, page 3, page 18, continuing in this pattern until you finish off with page 15 and page 30. Now when you shrink and copy 2 pages to 1, you'll have a set ready to be cut in half and stacked with a perfectly ordered set of pages 1 through 30. If you choose to use the reward cards, you should print a set of reward cards for each game station. Here's how the cards are used. Students will be awarded a reward card if they correctly answer 3 problems in a row. A few reward card examples include ice cream pass, bonus points for a test, homework pass, and so forth. So decide if you want to use them and what actual rewards you will give students. These cards can be a great way to keep students incentivized to work hard throughout the game. Game day. Arrange students into groups as you desire. Groups of 4 are optimal as students can team up with a partner and play 2 versus 2. Students get support from their teammate and it keeps the game moving at a good pace. Have students watch part 2 of the student video to see the rules of the game and how it's played. This is much more efficient and effective than having students read the instructions. Take up the scratch paper and score sheet along with the reward cards earned at the end of the game. Groups will get done at varying times, so having a study guide homework assignment ready will help manage the early finishers. Finally, enjoy the results when grading your unit tests. If students take the opportunity card assignment seriously and play the game with an eye for improving their understanding of the concepts, your test grades will improve.